For most people, PTSD treatment is going to suck. And I might even go as far as arguing that if PTSD treatment doesn't suck, at least initially, then you probably don't have PTSD. Hey, I'm Dr. McCleary, licensed clinical psychologist and Navy veteran, and I specialize in two things. One, trauma treatment, and two, getting some of the baddest warriors that this planet has ever seen talk to me about their feelings. In this video, I'm going to give you my top 3 reasons that you might want to consider PTSD treatment, even though it might suck. Therapy in general can suck. And one of those reasons is because it's just hard to open up with somebody who is a complete stranger. PTSD treatment sucks in a pretty specific way. And what I mean by that is that treatment often involves somebody talking about the exact issue or the exact incident that happened to them that they try to avoid all day. So what treatment involves is actually thinking about what you don't want to think about, actually feeling those emotions that you don't want to feel. It also might involve going to places that you don't want to go to, talking to people that you don't want to talk to. And all these things are typical in PTSD treatment. And that's what makes it suck so much. I am literally going to ask you to do the exact thing that you probably do not want to do. As you might have figured out already, this video is not aimed to convince you to attend PTSD treatment. What this video is aimed to do is encourage you to think about the reasons that you may want to consider PTSD treatment for the first time or for the second time. Well, doc, if PTSD treatment sucks so bad, then why the hell would I want to go? Great question. And I think it's a question that we actually don't address enough. Why do we do things that are difficult? Why should you attend PTSD treatment knowing off the bat that it's going to be stressful? But let's talk about some of those reasons. The first reason that you might want to consider PTSD treatment is kind of the obvious one. PTSD treatment helps reduce your symptoms of PTSD. And that's something that most people would enjoy. Most people's families would enjoy. Most people's partners would enjoy. Going to treatment is going to help you with those symptoms. But doc, I got multiple combat deployments. I have multiple traumas. Can PTSD treatment help me? Yes. But doc, my trauma happened when I was a kid. Can PTSD treatment help me? Yes. But doc, I've had PTSD for a long time. Can PTSD treatment work for me? Yes. If you've experienced a trauma and have PTSD as a result of that trauma, PTSD treatment can work for you. It's literally in the name of the treatment. So stop asking me if treatment can work for you. One last question, doc. If I've attended PTSD treatment before, can PTSD treatment work for me? Good question. And I thought I said stop asking me those questions. PTSD treatment does not always reduce someone's symptoms to the point in which they no longer meet criteria for PTSD. However, the short answer is yes. PTSD treatment can still help you even if you've attended PTSD treatment before and it wasn't as effective as you wanted it to be. Stay to the end of this video and I'm going to give you a bonus reason why you might want to consider treatment. The second reason that you might want to consider PTSD treatment is that you can get your choices back. And what I mean by that is often with people that suffer with PTSD, they feel like they can't go to certain places, can't talk to certain people, can't be in certain environments, can't think about the trauma or things that are even related to the trauma. So that influences what people can do on a day-to-day basis. It may dictate what they feel like they can and cannot do. I often use the analogy of going to a concert. If you don't like concerts, okay, that's fine. You don't have to go to a concert ever again. However, if you do like concerts, if you really want to go see Beyonce or Mudhoney or whoever, but you feel like you can't go to that concert because there are too many people around, there are going to be people behind you, there is going to be too loud of music so you can't hear, something may happen, now that choice is actually taken away from you. By going through PTSD treatment and reducing some of those thoughts, some of those behaviors, you may find that you get the choice to make that decision once again. Hey, if you're liking this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not liking it, why are you still watching the video? For some people, they live with PTSD so long that they've even forgotten what they do like. What are their choices? Sometimes avoiding certain things can end up being so ingrained into our day-to-day life that we just feel like that is our life. PTSD treatment can help you navigate a new life in which you actually consider the things that you like and actually consider those things that you like an option again. The third reason to consider PTSD treatment is how much it affects our loved ones, our partners, our families, our kids, our friends. Many times when people's choices are taken away, they start to draw back on some of those social situations. They start to not go to the party or the social event. They start to not want to go out on dates in certain places with their partner. They start to feel like they can't play with their kids as much because they're afraid that something might happen to them. They're afraid to let their kids go certain places because they're afraid that what might happen to them. They start to feel isolated and withdraw from others. All of this causes a lot of stress on relationships. And through PTSD treatment, you can start to not only address some of those family issues, but can maybe get to the root of the issue. Bonus time. The last reason that I want you to consider before attending PTSD treatment is how much PTSD often affects other parts of our life. Avoiding thoughts and images of traumas that happen to us takes a lot of energy. And people avoid these things multiple different ways. Some people avoid them by separating themselves from people, separating themselves from some environments. Some people use substances or drink alcohol in order to not think about those terrible things that have happened to them. Here's the thing. Those things actually end up causing more difficulties. They cause more depression. They cause more anxiety. They may cause an addiction issue. When you're talking about the reasons to consider PTSD treatment, you're not just talking about processing the trauma itself. You're also talking about solving maybe some of those other issues in your life regarding your relationships, regarding substance use, regarding work. All things to consider when facing a stressful treatment. But as I say often, is the juice worth the squeeze? Something to think about. If this video was helpful for you, please like it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about PTSD. But more important than that, if this video was helpful for you, it can probably be important or helpful for another veteran. So I ask that you please share it with them. Because at the end of the day, that's what all this is really about. One veteran trying to help another.
you.